Yo, I'm gonna tell the people, we XXL. This is the cover story for Gooch. I'm gonna tell the people one of my favorite Gucci stories, man. This was about 10 years ago. You had just got out. I came down. I was working with MTV. I came down to Atlanta, and we went to the strip club and we went to the studio and we was getting it in. So that night you had your first concert. I forget what club it was, and the road to get to the concert was packed like you was going to the Super Bowl or something. Like the highway, it was an hour once you get on the main highway just to get to the parking lot. So finally got in. I look into the sky and I see this helicopter coming down to the club. Gucci steps out of the helicopter. Never saw that before, never seen it again. The best way to get to the club.
I don't even listen. I used to be so high back then. I don't even remember that shit. I ain't even lying.
Oh man, well you did it big. You did it big. we were talking about that for years.
Back 10 years ago, listen, I'm 40 now, so 10 years ago that was like I was balling. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was a blur. I used to be rock star high.
Yeah, Gucci at 40 years old, man. Is this something? Did you ever think you would make it to 40? And
I did, man. I actually planned to be 40. Like I saw my career being at 40. I studied with people. I always Google artists and how old they are, where they started, what they did, what they doing now, and how they career, what path it took. And I kind of like, okay, this is what I can model. This is what I can take off of that. This is what I can do. Now, I already knew that I wasn't going to retire at 40.
That's dope.
I was going to still be working at 40. I knew I was going to be like still rapping till I was about like, I already got like what age I'm going to start rapping, what age I want to do this, what age I want to do that.
You got to keep it going, man. We need more. And one of the things that I love about hip hop now is that is just showing us that there's no age requirement.
Yes, exactly. Because that's how they used to try to like tell you that, you know, you too old to rap after a certain age, man. And I feel like that was a trick. That's a trick of the industry. Like, don't let nobody trick you and tell you how old you got to be to rap. Like, rock and roll stars, they perform and make music, man, to their 60s and their 70s, and they make millions of dollars on tour, generate millions of dollars, have big, crazy deals, make so much money. But rappers think that they can't. They think they got to get old and just do a podcast or do reality TV. It's more options than that. You can still have a career. Don't let people tell you what you can't do. Like, you don't gotta like, if you got a fan base, serve your fan base. Be secure. Yeah. Still make music. Like, they start getting insecure when they get older and be like, damn, it's a youth sport. Now, man, your fans age with you. Keep serving them. And then you probably still got some new fans. Like, you just got to be brave enough to just put yourself out there.
Yeah, and one of the things that I like about it, too, is that, you know, even though they getting 40 and they getting older, which 40 is still mad young, you know, if you look outside of entertainment, like, you know, aside from being a professional athlete, where your body kind of breaks down around 40, but Tom Brady's still going hard at 43. But 40 is still super young. But one of the things that I love, we have so much documentation now. We look at Jay-Z, we look at Dr. Dre, we look at Nas, we look at Puff to see where at 40, they actually became more successful, not just in entertainment, but financially. These dudes start getting into all type of businesses and everything such as that.
Because they were smart dudes. It's like, it's almost like you go as far as your education. And I ain't talking about college. Like, you know, if you can keep learning, you can start off as I seen so many people start off as like the intern, or they'll be the person that patchwork who don't even, you know, they just engineer for free. They'll be the same people later on in life, or be the CEO. You know what I'm saying? They get the executive job because it's like they keep educating themselves. First they was an intern, now they're an engineer, now they're a producer, now they're a manager, now they're a CEO. They just you know, so some people just like me, I'm a sponge. I soak up the executive game. They say I'm an A&R, but I never was the best A&R. I was just the only person who had nuts to go fuck with the youth. Ain't nobody want to go mess with these little kids with these big ass scraps at every studio session, every video. They be like, oh yeah, such and such is a nice rapper, but they don't got the stomach. They can't stomach being around them. definitely not being around them in the studio for hours and hours and hours and really getting to know them and knowing what's going on, then you really vested in them. I always took that chance because that's the only way you going to, like, it's like a gamble. I felt like when they gambled with me, I was in the streets. Like when Todd Moskowitz gambled and Big Cat and Warner and all them gambled on me, it's like that was a smart bet. You know what I'm saying? Because they just came like, hey, listen, we know you from the streets, but if you just, we believe in you. Man, that's my approach to my artists. I know y'all in the streets, but I believe in y'all. I'm going to show y'all it's a way to have a rap career without being stiff on your friends, without throwing your life to the penitentiary. You can still, you know what I'm saying, use this music and like have a whole job, you know what I'm saying? Like a vocation, a livelihood. And I showed them that.
Yeah. You've been discovering artists and you signed some artists in the past, man. Why do you think now is just the perfect time for you to springboard with the new label and the new situation?
To be honest, man, I'm like in a better place than I ever been in my life. Even though the world like kind of like deteriorating around me, you know what I'm saying? I was taking those steps. I wrote a book called like The Gucci Man Guide to Greatness. Because every time I used to go on Twitter and try to like tell people what I was reading that day. Because I want to share. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I got a lot of knowledge. And that's what you can be charitable with. I always been charitable with my time and my knowledge. I always embraced a hardcore rapper that don't nobody want to fuck with, that everybody blackball or whatever. That'd be the person who I open the doors. You know what I'm saying? Let come in my studio, give a free feature. Even now, I signed 5 new artists. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of artists that I didn't sign that was signed to other labels. But I still would be like, hey, man, we can't do the deal. But you know what? I still will do a song with you. Or that song that you like, I still like that song. Send me that song with an open verse. Or I encourage them. I don't just be like, oh, I signed these artists. I ain't messing with you no more. It's over with. I still be like, hey, man, you know, this is what you should work on. You should be more professional. I still even be rough with them. Be like, make your next move your best move. You got to be a grown man. You got to be mature. I be giving so much game to strangers. Then later on, them same strangers will blow up. Because I already seen they had talent. And it just took somebody to tell them something. Because like your mom and daddy can't tell you never how to be broke if they ain't got no money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, and you know, sometimes it just takes that inspiration too, man. Like sometimes when somebody, they might believe in you more than you believe in your own self.
Bro, every artist I got, I believe in them more than that. Not saying they believe in themselves, but I had to learn now. Even now I'm learning, even at this stage of my career, to be more patient. Like, I got to come see them where they at. Like, I'm 40, and I be like, hey, man, you know, this is the chance of your lifetime. I compare it to football. I tell them, listen, you got a rookie contract, right? You could be the one who started in your rookie year and then get a super, be the like the star of the league. But if you fluke it off like doing drugs and don't come, you know what I'm saying, like hanging with your homeboys is over with. Everybody come from the neighborhood, but once you get drafted, you got to say, man, fuck all that. Let me go handle my business and be a professional. If you don't do that, you're going to get kicked out the league and everybody going to laugh at you. It's the same thing with the rap game. You get signed and you get signed as a celebration instead of just a job and an opportunity, and you fluke it off, everybody going to laugh at you. Then a lot of times they come to Gucci, hey, man, Gucci, why you don't mess with a lot of the old artists you got? I gave them a shot. You know what I'm saying? I give somebody else a shot, but I ain't going to waste my time. I still wish them the best. I just move on because I rap too. So I don't got to, you know, stay with you when you start doing bullshit. If you don't listen to what I'm saying, I just move on.
Yeah. You know, when I look at your career, man, I don't really compare it to anybody in hip hop. I kind of compare it to the actor Robert Downey Jr. If you're familiar with him, he plays Iron Man.
I like that comparison, but you know who I compare my shit to?
Who?
That dude, I think his last name Charles. Is it Charles Avant? The executive dude. They talking about the Black Godfather who be like,
oh, Clarence Avant.
Clarence Avant. Not saying I don't never met him. You know what I'm saying? But just I was looking at the documentary, I got a lot of respect for him. How he just behind the scenes.
Godfather.
I put QC together. I put Todd Moskowitz together with Coach K and P. I put the Migos together with P. I got Thug out the trenches. Rich Homie Quan. It's like so many different people, like from Nicki to all these different rappers I done touched and Pee Wee Dolph and blowed up. Not saying blowed up, but you know, just open up my studio to them. Cause that's what I did. And open up like doing features with them. I did what people wasn't doing for me.
Yeah.
You know, and it helped all of them. You feel what I'm saying? So I always felt like, man, I'm a game changer. And people don't, even though they respect me, they give me my credit. But what I was doing that nobody else was doing was I was embracing people that people were scared to be around. People wouldn't let me in the studio. They ain't doing songs with me because they were scared of me. They feared me. They heard about me. They heard, somebody would salt my name up and blackball me, and they wouldn't want to work with me. Me, I'm the opposite. They be like, they'll tell me about somebody and they'll blackball them. If they got some talent, I want to work with them. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, shit, that kind of intrigued me.
Yeah, I can't imagine Gucci being scared of anybody.
No, it's not nobody I'm scared of in the world. Period. Yeah. I conquered my fear a long time ago. I think when I was like a teenager, I conquered my fear. I learned that fear ain't gonna help me.
Yeah. When I look at it from a spiritual aspect too, man, some people say G.O.A.T, you didn't had all of these great artists come through your way and you didn't sign them and now they superstars and you done missed out on so much money. But I look at it from a standpoint as you didn't help all these people, so the blessings is definitely going to keep coming your way, man. I think that's one of the reasons why you're in a position to actually change your life, because a lot of people that was doing some of the stuff you was doing back in the days, they would have been dead already.
You're right. My wife always said that, she like, you did a lot of, I'd be like, damn, how I get all this stuff out of the bag that I did? She'd be like, you serve your time for it, you know what I'm saying? You paid your respect or whatever. But sometimes I be feeling like, damn, I had to pay it forward because all the artists come back and fuck with me because I did a lot of dirty things to people in the streets, but I never did nothing dirty to an artist. I never jerked them on no deal or signed them to nothing messed up. But when I was in the streets, I might have people out say, oh yeah, he did something that wasn't, across the board. But it's the streets. People don't know. There's no rules in the streets. It don't go like that. So my name would be bad with that. And people be like, why you even want to rap with him? Because of his stuff that I do in the streets. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But as far as an artist, that's why I say I always embrace the artists because they always used to talk bad about me. So that never deterred me from dealing with no other artists.
How much of a burden is it off of your back now just to not even have to worry about the streets, where you could just completely worry about business, you could worry about entertainment?
I never get comfortable like that.
No, never.
I never will get comfortable till I die. The only thing is, the more financially straight you are, the more you can be. The more financially straight I am, the more prepared I can be. But you still can't be lacking. Still can't be sleeping. Still can't. Everybody ain't happy for you. You know what I'm saying? They see these. See, you ain't see this. I was trying to show you, but I just put diamonds in my mouth.
Oh, I see him. That's
a $250,000. This is the first time I ever showed it. See, people don't like shit like that, man.
Yeah. Well, it's
shit like that, man. People don't like this shit, man. It's 15 years going. People don't like that.
Yeah. Well, it's very interesting that you this new project that came out at midnight comes out on the same day as Pop Smoke. When he put his album out, man, and going back to what you were saying about people not being happy for you, this was a young guy, 20 years old.
Wow.
Just put out his tape. It just was out maybe a week before he got murdered, man. When you see stuff like that, Pop Smoke, Nipsey, XX, what are your thoughts, brother?
It makes me mad. It makes me. Shout out to all them brothers, you know what I'm saying? Because I never really knew none of them. But it made me mad that people, after they gone, they give them all their roses. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what I'm trying to, even with my album coming out the same day, I didn't know that. But the powers that be know that. You know what I'm saying? They know that they could have dedicated that day just to him. They could have let me know that. But it's just always some bullshit. It's just I feel like, man, with me, man, I got an artist I just signed named Pooh Shiesty. He's 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I try to appreciate it. I try to fill him up with game. I try to be like a mentor to him. Tell him real life stuff too as well. Rap game stuff, real life stuff. But at the same time, if you ain't telling the youth nothing positive, then you really don't even need to talk to him.
Yeah, I could tell you your influence on him on the record, the Still joint, where he's like, I don't know the exact line word for word, but he's like, I don't just put food on the table, I also pass out the plates. I said, damn.
Bro, listen. It's he He got a lot of game for his age.
Yeah, where'd you find him at?
I found him. He from Memphis. I found him on the internet.
Wow.
Yep. Found him on the internet and reached out and DM'd him, and then hit him like 2, 3 in the morning. He was like, "This Gucci for real." Called him on FaceTime. He put his dad on the phone. I'm like, "Bro, I got to sign." I just had Foogiano. I'm like, "You're gonna be the second person I sign." I'm like, and then we just started talking about the business, and me and him instantly had a bond because it was like, I told him the first day, I said, "Listen, you gotta hold me at my word, and I'm gonna hold you at yours, and we'll just see how we build from here." And we lied to each other from that day.
Damn. So this dude, he just wakes up one morning, and his life is forever changed.
That's why he said in the song, "Google came and got me. This shit ain't a dream." Because the next day he thought it was a dream, because it was like 3 in the morning. He thought she was a dream.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So this is what you was doing. We got to talk about this whole coronavirus, COVID-19. The world has been locked down.
Yeah.
What were you doing during this process? It started in March.
Man, I had some ups and downs with the COVID. I went from at first when it first hit, I kind of already was like I guess quarantining naturally. I just got a routine what I do, like read, work out, and go to the studio. So that's already my thing anyway. So it's kind of like home based anyway. So when it first hit, they cut the gym out, so I just switched it to home. But then I had just signed Foogiano, so it kind of messed up that. So we started doing a lot of things over the internet. So really, I just started working on my album for like email and stuff like that. But the COVID thing, it had me going from like being productive and making making the time valuable. But then I went to like being in a negative headspace too, because it was just a lot of time and a lot of just not knowing what was next.
Yeah, one of the things that we really gotta look out for is just the mental toll that it takes on people, man. Some people are like really forgetting that being inside, and there's some people that actually have mental issues. I had a friend of mine that had it, and being inside is just a lot for people to handle, especially for months and months.
I handled the COVID pretty good, but because I kind of use exercise, and it kind of helps the physical health stuff to me runs like hand in hand with the mental health. So me just taking care of my physical health helps my mental health. But once it got to like the COVID-19, can start getting to the COVID and the protests, and I'm starting seeing all this stuff on the TV, it just started getting me in a negative space. I started saying I want to go independent. I don't want to be with Atlantic. I started saying it's Gucci line. I just started saying all kind of negative stuff on Twitter because I was just in the house, man, and just seeing so much. Then I was traveling and seeing just a lot of. I was just in a bad headspace. I just felt like. Start getting me like aggressive, frustrated, bored, all of them at once. All kind of different emotions start coming to me, like what to do.
Yeah. And especially being in ATL where it was really a hotbed, man. ATL, it was a hotbed for both the COVID because your city, well, Georgia, not just the city, the state of Georgia was one of the first to open up before everybody. But people were saying that's the okie doke, don't fall for it. And then sure enough, a week after it opened up, we see all these COVID cases rising in the state of Georgia.
I know what I learned. What I learned from all this stuff, man. I would never say I'm the smartest person. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I do have a phone, and I do look at TV, and I do know how to read. So my whole thing, I just try to stay informed and make, like I was telling all my people, you got to make the best decision for yourself. You can't let nobody think for you. If people tell you don't go somewhere, you got to sit and say, hey, man, I got the information. I'm seeing what's going on. I'm hearing word of mouth from my friends and family. I got the information now. It's at my fingertip. Now you don't got nobody that got to tell you to go outside now months and months later. You go if you want to, you go if you don't. You know if this is going to be healthy for you or not.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it right now. Because it's like, don't nobody got no answers for me. They ain't got no vaccine. So it's almost like I got to make a decision for myself from the data that's given, the data I can find.
That's exactly what you can do, man. And they saying they want to test black people for the vaccine. Nah, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I keep saying, man, my thing is I'm going to think for myself every day. I'm going to look at TV. I'm going to look at the phone. I'm going to read the book. I'm going to hear what they saying. I'm listening to everything, right? And then, I'm gonna think for myself, I'm gonna make the best decision. I ain't gonna group. I ain't let nobody push me into the group thing.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Where were you? Well, you was in the house like the rest of us when you saw George Floyd and everything that happened to him?
The protest happened while I was at the dentist. I told you I had one that got diamonds in my mouth.
Yeah.
So while I was doing that, that's when I was in California, and the protest I was at a hotel, and the protest was right next door, like right the next street over. Wow. And the hotel had boards on the door, like reinforcements, like they thought they were gonna break in the hotel. Yeah. So then I said everything was good with the COVID. And it was like, okay, you can go to Cali, you can go to the dentist. But when I went out there, and then that's when it's like it kind of put me in a bad headspace. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I kind of felt like helpless. Like, what do I do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of it's like you can talk about something, but what do you do? You know what I'm saying? And am I doing the right thing? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, you're second guessing if you do something because you want to do something smart, you want to be proactive, but at the same time, you're a role model. You want to do something that somebody can follow too, and be like, damn, I ain't lead them down the wrong path. Because that's a responsibility that I got.
See, that's so interesting to hear you say that, because some artists, they feel like it's not their responsibility to speak out.
It's not my responsibility to speak on everything, especially things that I'm not well informed. That sometimes I got to let people that's articulate and educated speak on things because that's what they do. I'm a rapper, and I'm a street rapper, and I'm a G, and you can Google me, and I'm not a snitch. Like everything I do, like this shit serious. People know who I am. I am who I am. So I never really kind of like had an ambition to be a politician. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of don't even dabble in politics because they say politics is distributing resources and shit. I already know they ain't distributed evenly. You know what I'm saying? So what do I do about it? You feel what I'm saying? So that's always made me like turn up like, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? The politics is distributing resources, and I'm seeing how I've been a victim of them not being distributed evenly, and I see how it affected my life. It kind of make you like once you start feeling helpless and start making you feeling angry and aggressive. That's why I said it started making me deal with people that got my back differently.
Right.
And that's why I said it had me in a bad headspace when honestly, the team I got, we do more united than we do divided. And me not being at the table, it's gonna hurt it. It's gonna hurt everybody. Me being there, because I'm gonna speak my mind. So if you bring me along Gucci, you bring me on Atlanta, you bring me in the building, I know how to be real. A lot of people don't know how to be real. Right. So I can show them that. I know how to do that.
You know what really encouraged me though, bro? When I seen some of the younger guys out there just doing their thing with the protests, man. To see like Lil Yachty being one of the first people out there with the people, Sway Lee, one of the first people out there. Then Little Baby comes with such a brilliant record.
That sounds dope.
Man, just articulating what's going on, man. So
he's speaking for the youth, and he's speaking like he the voice like they need. Like he's doing a great job at it. He's doing a great job at it. Like he made me feel. I felt baby.
Yeah. Well, one of the most powerful things that I saw, when the protests and everything first happened, was the footage of you on the basketball court, man. Y'all was trying
to before the protest.
Oh, that was before.
That was before the protest. And this what happened. A lady was trying to call the police on us and kick us out of the basketball court simply because we got there. It opened at 8 o'clock. We got there maybe at 8:05, and she hadn't got to the gate to open it yet. It's because we had entered the park. So we just climbed the gate. Oh, man, like, I just climbed the gate. She gonna come open it. She can't open the gate and say, y'all can go in, but these niggas got to leave. So I said, she don't know who. She don't see my red Phantom sitting over there in the cut. So she just think I'm one of the kids because I look young. So I go over there, I say, hey, man, who you talking? I said, man, we ain't mean no disrespect. Because I ain't catch it. I said, man, we ain't mean no disrespect. This guy told us we can jump the gate or whatever. So she said, oh, now y'all got to leave before I call the police. So I'm like, that's when it went left. But I said, but I'm glad we taped it. Because afterwards, she was like, I'm not going to call the police. Y'all just leave before I call the park. Because she had really, just like how she trying to like say, hey, you trying to weaponize calling the police on me for doing that. So I'm like, shit, call them. The fuck you doing? Ain't nobody scared of the police. I ain't did shit wrong. What the fuck you talking about? But it just got negative fast. So I sent that to all my white friends like, man, you see the shit I had to deal with in Florida? That was before the protest. I sent that to like all people that I know that's white. Like, listen, man, This lady just called me and like even Ty, he was like, bro, you should report that to the park. I'm like, bro, I deal with this shit all the time. But the only difference was this lady seen that Rolls Royce and she retracted so fast then. Oh no, it's not even like that. But it was too late then because I had felt like you had called me out my name, so I'm calling you out your name. It's just how I felt. Like, you know, if you can be nasty like that in front of everybody and just say that shit just like that shit had ticked me off. I'm only human. I can't even think nobody just talk to me like that. In 2020, and this before everybody said it. So when everybody started feeling like they seen something, when I said that, even like a lot of my people was outraged, but a lot of people didn't even text back. So I said, damn. So this ain't no big deal to y'all.
The sad state of affairs is that Black people, we've had to deal with just profiling from our own people as well.
Hey, listen,
you know,
that video I just did with Pooh, still remember what I did? I did on Boulder Crest at the basketball court, right, at the park.
Yeah.
That same park I got a little kid, he reenacted me. That same park where I first got arrested at. I ran from that Texaco all the way to that park, and the police caught me and beat my ass. Listen, I ran till I couldn't run no more. I laid down and said, so you got me. About 20, so you got me. Boom, because I jumped down and my legs wouldn't move. He said, you shouldn't have ran. Boom, punched me in the face one time. Sent me in the police car. Window this high, I already ran. I almost about to die. Beat me so bad. Listen, I'm so fucked up from beating it, how they slammed me down. Because I'm already laying down. I couldn't move. So there was no need to beat me. So by the time they bring me to the DeKalb County Jail, the jail said, hey, man, y'all got to take him to the Greater Hospital. We ain't finna put him in there because I can't breathe or talk. My face this swollen. You know? So that was my first, I'm telling you, that experience is what really made me like, after that, came back, I said, man, I need to rap. Because standing on this corner, you know what I'm saying, serving rocks, man, this ain't, if they do this again, I'm being in prison for a long ass time, and they jumping out here beating your ass. So I had to switch my game up from that point on. Because the police, man, I'm telling you, man, they'll fuck you over, man.
Hell yeah, they will.
Yeah.
Man, I want to bring it to Donald Trump, man, and all of this voting.
Okay. I never voted before, though.
Never.
I'm not, I think they say some shit like, I can't vote.
Damn.
I think, well, they saying I can vote in Florida now, but I think they got some that they trying to stop the shit from a felon from voting or something. Like, it's some shit like if I try to vote, then that's a crime. You get locked up for even trying to fill out the form. This shit crazy how they got this shit fucked up out here, man. They get you on these laws and how you fucked up and then you can't vote. So they should vote for me.
Man, they try to hold you back.
I guarantee you I distribute the resources fairly.
I would love to see Gucci in some type of office, man. You see these brothers like.
But see, this is the thing. I'm not a politician. I'm gonna give it to you straight. So I wouldn't be good at public office because you gotta kiss ass, and I ain't finna kiss nobody's ass, and I ain't finna I'm not finna like duck my head for nobody. I don't give a fuck who they are.
I think if we saw a Gucci name on the ballot, we know that you are a straight shooter.
I'm running for Trap of the Year. I'm running for Trap of the Year 15 years straight from 2005 to 2020. Hustler of the Year.
Man.
15 years going. Listen, I'm going to drop 2 more albums this year. I dropped the album today. They're going to be my 105th album. I started rapping at 25. I'm 40. I averaged 7 albums a year for 15 years, 105 albums.
Damn. Man. Where do you feel that you stand when, people talk about top 10, top 20 of all time?
I think I'm number 1.
Greatest rapper ever.
Yes, because I just got out of jail May 24th, 2016. That was 4 years ago. And look what I did in 4 years. I ain't never sold 100,000 albums in a week before. That's never been my goal. I made 105 albums in 25 years. I'm the GOAT. And look at this shit, man. It's about who got something going. If you popping and sold platinum and then you ain't got no money, you ain't got that going, girl, that shit don't mean nothing. If you done put on 1 million people and had your time in the 90s and did all that shit and you ain't got no money, that shit don't mean nothing. If you a snitch and you with any kind of rat shit, then you off the list too. Like, I'm the G. I'm the one. Well, listen, I am the you know how to say, like, I'm the prototype.
Yeah.
Listen,
The
I'm the
blueprint.
prototype. That's why all rappers, hey man, they feel like Gucci Man, they want to be like Gucci Man in this year and that year, because I'm the prototype.
Yeah, man, it's interesting that you say that.
If somebody take my chat, what rapper you know that somebody sent them to take their chat, some goon sent them, and he put the man in a box and rap about it, and still perform.
I ain't never seen that before, brother.
I mean, you always hear about the rappers getting fucked up, but you never hear about no rapper putting that man in a box, putting his ass got maggots coming out his body. You don't be hearing shit like that.
Nah,
Gucci the only one did that. Put your ass in the ground.
That is a one of one story. That's a one of one story.
Then make a mixtape out there the next week.
That's a one on one story, man. Like I never saw that before. I don't think we'll see it again. 6ix9ine just was calling out you and Meek, man.
I ain't gonna get tricked. Listen, I know I am smart enough. Listen, people have told me on all my cases you can look at. From the Pooh Shiesty case, any case I ever had since 2005, it's been an informant. Even when they're talking about some the shit with Big Cat, the bodyguards told on me they got a big fight, put my name in it. Every time somebody do some shit, they put my name in it. Never have I told on nobody. Somebody always tell on me. And then I never went to trial. I always take a plea. I always say, hey, I take it. And I took the plea. So me, I don't never really talk about the people who told on me. I just kind of like blatantly call, not that he has told nothing on me and know nothing about me, but my thing is anybody who talk to detectives, who friends with detectives and the detectives don't like me, ain't no need for me to talk about them. Because I know they're going to try to put the forces on me to get me. So it's just like, I don't want to talk about no, it ain't just him. Anybody who the police, I don't want to talk about them.
Yeah.
How you going to beat the police? Listen, it's cops and robbers. I'm the robber. I know what I am. I know what I do. You ask them niggas in Atlanta what I make them do, get their ass on the ground. That's what I do.
Big G.O.A.T.
Ain't no pick and chooses.
Yeah.
Big guys, little guys.
Yeah.
People with names, people without names. All you got to do is have something I want.
I know you got to go back doing this video, man. I just want to ask a couple more things about the music before I let you go. We got a couple more minutes left. I was talking to my man Zaytoven. Yeah, man, Zayto, and I was talking to him maybe 2 weeks ago, and of course we was talking about the chemistry with the two of y'all, man. Like y'all are up there with Snoop and Dre, man. Just the body of work that y'all did. But Zay told me you told him the hardest combination that you heard was Zaytoven and Future.
I did tell Zay that. To be honest, to keep it 100 with you, like anybody who know me know that like I play a lot of Future music. Future hard. Everybody, I know Future one of the hardest artists. So and Zay my favorite producer.
And he killing it on your album too.
That's one of my favorite artists and one of my favorite producers. So I always tell them like, bro, when y'all do something together, that shit hard. Bankroll Fresh and Zay the same way. Another artist, Young LA and Young Ralph, they got a chemistry with Zay. It's just like Zay find a chemistry with certain artists, man, who got like unique voices, and it's just he make magic with them. But ain't nobody. But to be honest with you, even if I said that, I take that shit back. Ain't nobody harder than me and Zay. I don't give a fuck who it is.
Man, you and Zay are monsters, man. My favorite song on the album, you got so many. I go back and forth. I love what the So Icy Girls are doing.
Thank you.
And I saw the video the first day getting signed where they got all iced up, man. I know on the album you said just signed and you already got an M, you know?
My thing was, man, listen, we need more female rappers in the game. You know what I'm saying? I done gave a lot of, this is the thing, like I had a female artist one time, right? So my whole thing is I'm not just gonna replace no artist, I'm gonna give female artists a chance. You get what I'm saying? I'm embracing the female artist. Like, is she hard? I'm fucking with it. It ain't gonna be just like I'm starting my new label and this gonna be my token female artist. No, I want some So Icy boys, because whoever I sign, naturally we can call ourselves the So Icy boys. That's natural. So my whole thing was I'm gonna sign 2 dope females and just off the dribble, I'm gonna naturally call them the So Icy girls. But they're solo artists. They're not a group. But it's just like me, Foogiano, Pooh, and Scarr. We all solo artists, but we the So Icy boys. So I want to start that type of movement with with females. You know what I'm saying? And empower them. Boss them up.
Gooch, I love you, my brother, man. This has been really dope, man. I appreciate everything, man.
Hey, man, you got to put my grill in there one time, man.
Yeah, let's get that grill.
250. A nifty.
G.O.A.T.
Hey, man, I appreciate you.
Definitely, man. I'm looking forward to coming to ATL and chopping it up for real.
Listen, you know, we open, man. We open down here. If you want to come down here, we can go fuck around.
I'm going to set it up. I appreciate it.
Anything else, you can come to the studio.
Hell yeah, I'm coming through.
Okay. I want you to come meet everybody.
Yeah, we got to do something with all the artists, man. I love the music.
All right.
My brother, appreciate you. Thank you, Ash.